All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We are so excited to be here with you. My name's Tom Bauman. This is Dylan Handy.
Hi,
Uh,
everyone.
both work with Elm Street Technology. Typically, we'd be traveling all across the country, working with agents face to face, teaching you guys all about how to use social media, online lead generation, digital marketing to really grow and enhance your real estate businesses. The past few years with everything that's gone on with COVID, this has become more relevant and more important than ever before, right? And so we're going to give you some actionable tips and tricks on how to utilize this effectively to ultimately generate tangible leads for your business. So, if your pipeline's looking a little thin, you're not sure where your next closing's coming from, you are in the right place. We're going to give you some great strategies to start to create some new business. So, we're so excited to be here with you. Definitely want to get you all engaged here today, get you participating.
Yep.
So, folks, can you show us, how to use that chat box? Open up your chat box and let us know, how long have you been in the real estate business? Right, Dylan, we love to get that kind of sense of who we have in the class with us. Have you been doing this 20 years, a couple of years? Let's see.
We got
Long
25
time, someone
years,
said.
4 years. Awesome. I love that. Love that. 50 years. Wow. Congratulations.
That might
Awesome.
be a record.
Continue. 1 month. Awesome. Look at that. We got a whole variety here. So, guys, whether you are brand new and just getting started in your business, or you're seasoned agents, for my seasoned agents, you've seen the shift, right? In real estate, go from, back in the day, a long time ago, I mean, they used to have the book, and now it's transitioned all the way to online and even in social media. So, guys, whether you're brand new, getting started on building your business, or you're seasoned and you're working on networking and referrals, then social media is going to be your powerhouse. So let me just go ahead and say thank you from my end. I'm excited to be here with all of you. You might recognize me. I've actually done a couple of these trainings here with RE Tech and really appreciate it. Always a great audience. You guys always have such great energy, and we want to thank RE Tech for hosting us and providing this opportunity to give you guys this training. A quick little background about me. I've been training in the real estate marketing industry for 10 years, which is kind of crazy for me to think about. But I've been involved in real estate some shape or form ever since I've been alive. I mean, I can remember being a little kid, seeing my father be involved in real estate. He's an agent. So it's in my blood. I'm really passionate about it. And I am the social media director and business development consultant for Elevate. So, and I used to be in Boston, but I moved recently to New York City. So that was a whole experience. But Tom, why don't you give them a little background about yourself?
Sure. So my name's Tom Bauman. I'm also a business development consultant with Elm Street here. I live in Rhode Island, born and raised here. Went to school at University of Rhode Island, have a business management degree from there. Been working with Elevate, with Elm Street for a few years now. Absolutely love what we do. We get to work with you guys face to face all over the country and really get sort of an intimate understanding of exactly what it is that you guys go through on a day-to-day basis. So we're so excited to be here with you. We've really got some great content for you. A little bit more about the company that we work for, Elm Street. What we do is purchase these best-in-class real estate technologies, and we actually bundle them together to create one mega product for all of Agent's core technology services. We've got IDX Broker, Outbound Engine. You'll see us often in Inman News. We actually just hosted the Inman conference in Vegas last year. Dylan, you were there. You had a lot of fun. Dylan was one of the keynote speakers there, so really exciting. And we want to encourage you to go and connect with us on social media. We're really big about keeping you educated, excited, getting you inspired. So go follow us at Try Elevate RE for other classes, seminars, and maybe we'll be coming soon to a town near you. Who knows when that is? Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah, so let's go over some housekeeping things before we get started, guys. We've got a packed amount of information here for you, so we're excited to get started. So we've already identified where that chat box is by you guys putting how long you've been in real estate. So at any point, if you do have questions, we've got a team of panelists who will answer questions in that chat box for you, but we will also try to answer some of those questions live. So as long as we can fit it in, we'll be happy to answer those questions live. Otherwise, watch that chat box and we'll make sure those questions get answered. Also, we want to provide an opportunity if at any point you are feeling a little overwhelmed or like, hey, I need a little bit more extra help here. Again, we're used to being face-to-face in front of you guys, able to engage a little bit more efficiently. So we want to let you know that no one's going to leave here overwhelmed. If you do feel overwhelmed, just type in help me. And by typing in help me, we will get you scheduled for a one-on-one with me or Tom or one of our other coaches. We'll take a look at what we can do to get those questions answered for you. And then finally, at the end, we will do a Q&A session to make sure no question is left unanswered. So guys, I think that about covers it, Tom. Let's dive into this. Awesome. So let's talk about the top 7 platforms that agents don't fully utilize in their online marketing strategies. And that's websites, blogs, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Now, I don't want to overwhelm the whole class here today, but you want to be on every single one of these platforms, right? There's different demographics on each social media platform. You know, millennials tend to love Twitter and Instagram. Baby boomers tend to love Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, I'll tell you a couple of things. You might be wondering, we've already got it with Edgar with TikTok. So you might be wondering, well, wait a minute, what about the other ones like TikTok or Snapchat or Pinterest? And we're not going to say those don't add value because they certainly can be beneficial for your business. In fact, any social platform can add value to your business. But the reason we're not going to focus on them today is they don't have the highest in real estate value. Here's why. Let me explain. First of all, for example, TikTok, that's one I get a lot of questions. Although it's growing in popularity, and I do encourage you to use it, it's still at this current moment is a younger demographic. We're still not seeing quite as many home buyers or sellers on this platform, but also TikTok does not build any search engine value. What is search engine value? You're going to hear us refer to SEO. What does that stand for? It stands for search engine optimization. And it's a fancy way of saying, how do I increase my value online to search engines like Google? And let me just give you guys an example of just how important your search engine or Google value is. I was listening to a podcast that over these past 2 years during this pandemic, the phrase on Google, process of buying a home, surged 950%. So you got to think, what am I doing to increase my value online, especially in a low inventory market? So being on these platforms increase a high SEO value. And also there's very limited lead capture with those other platforms. So again, if you're in TikTok, keep doing it, have fun, have those little dancing videos. I love when I see it. But remember, when we talk about the top 7 for real estate, these are going to be the highest in building SEO, reaching a larger audience, and lead capture for your business. So let's talk about one of the best SEO builders out there, Tom, and let's talk about blogging. We all know what a blog is, right? It's an online newsletter. And it's designed to make you look like an expert in something, right? You see health blog, cooking blog, fitness blog, a real estate blog, you're an expert in real estate. Now, the other benefit of blogging is content building. You guys have heard the phrase before, content's king. Well, what does that mean? Anytime you write an article or a blog, it's going to force Google and search engines to go in there and read it, index it, analyze it, look at your keywords, and therefore increase your value online. So the why is to make you look like an expert in content building. It is the #1 SEO builder out there. Now you might be wondering, hey, where do I start here? Well, good news. Most agents in here probably have a website, and most websites nowadays are have that blogging feature. That's where you're going to want to start blogging right now. So homework today, go check if your website has a blog. If it does, that's where you're going to start. If it doesn't, don't worry. You can just do a simple Google search of start a real estate blog, and you're going to have a lot of great options out there. WordPress, blogger.com, Active Rain, even Elevate. We have a great program you can start blogging on. But once you have that blog, what do you blog about? Let's talk about that. First, probably not going to shock anyone in the class here today, but you're going to obviously want to blog some real estate updates. So a lot of times agents will tell me, well, I get that, but where do I even begin? So I always suggest first listen to your audience. You guys probably get questions all the time from your friends, family members, past clients. Questions like, hey, what can I expect on my closing? What do I need for insurance? What's happening with taxes? Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market? How do I add value to my home? Listen for these and blog it. Good bloggers will always first listen to their audience. Now, it doesn't have to just be real estate though. How about even filtering in some additional content like lifestyle content, better homes and gardens, financial advice, do-it-yourself projects, even a famous family recipe. As long as it's adding value, oftentimes we find those types of blogs get a higher click rate. So don't be afraid to even reach outside of what you're comfortable with. Like, how about even hyperlocal? Let's talk about that for a second. It is expected that you are the local expert in your area. So provide information. What's going on in your area or town for charity events, fundraisers, community events? What's up and coming for your community? Blog that. Brand yourself as that expert. Now, how about even something as simple as market update reports, right? This is something that you can populate right now into a blog post and upload that to your blog with all the data from the MLS. Median home sold, days on market, again, with some lead capture. Really important for a low inventory market. This is data that your buyers and sellers want to know in your area, town, and neighborhood. And the last thing you should be blogging is your listing updates. Look, I know you're taking your listings and you're putting them into MLS, which you should be doing. But when you put your listings into MLS, they go into a database, and that database takes your listing and puts it across 1 million websites at one time. So what we encourage you to do is, of course, put your listings in MLS, but also you need to start blogging them. Now, Google and search engines are going to index those key terms: new listing, open house, sold, price change, back on market, commercial, land. All these keywords that are unique and specific to you are going to help add those real estate rich keywords, build your activity in your branding online. And this is both buyer and seller, guys. All right. So if you help a buyer find a home, blog about it. But Tom, why don't you talk to them a little bit about when we talk about blogging requirements? Because blogging, you got to be consistent. So talk about that.
Sure. So a couple guidelines for you guys to follow when you're doing this. First, you got to be consistent. All right. But minimum once per week. Anything less than that will actually hurt you to Google, right? They don't want to send users to a site they believe to be dead or inactive. Now, your blog should always have a photo or video. This will increase engagement by 40%. You want to keep this around 3 to 5 paragraphs. Really seems to be the sweet spot for Google and the search engines. Don't waste your time writing a novel. Most people aren't going to read it. Make sure you have an engaging title, right? Quick example of this. We've got, safety hazards for children around your home. That's okay. What if we change that to safety hazards for children? Don't make these 3 huge mistakes, right? Now I've got to read it. I'm probably making those mistakes. So you almost want to have sort of a call to action right within that title. And then so important to have lead capture. That's the goal of everything we're talking about here today. So let's just say, for example, you blog that new listing like Dylan told you should. I'm a consumer and I find that new listing because remember, blogs have extremely high SEO value. Well, I'm interested. You need a way to capture my information, but I also need a way to get in touch with you. So for a blog, maybe a get in touch form, a follow me button, subscribe, or at the very least, always have your contact information so they have a way to get in touch with you. Okay. And then, agents will tell us all the time, this sounds great, right? I get the value. I know why I should be doing this, but maybe you're not a good writer, or maybe the market's so crazy you don't have the time. Well, you can actually ask other people to write your blogs for you, right? You all work with different professionals, whether it's a lawyer, a lender, a home inspector. Ask your lender to write 3 paragraphs about how to get pre-approved. Think they would do that for you? Tell them. I'll add a link back to your website. You'll probably get some business. Great way for you to network and also ask for help if you don't have the time there. Awesome opportunity to create that SEO, brand yourself as an expert. And then Dylan, what should they do with their blogs?
Yeah, this is probably the most common question. How do people even find it? Well, the best and most proactive source to drive high volumes of traffic to your blog and get more exposure is by sharing your blog to all your social platforms. So when I say share it, I just mean copy the URL, www.whateveryourblogis.com, and paste it as a post in all your social media. So we'll go ahead and show you what that looks like here. But the benefit you'll see is that blog post is now going to be in all your social media platforms, which Google is going to see. Therefore, it's increasing your higher SEO. Google sees that your blog is shared across multiple touch points. Therefore, it has higher value. It's going to reach a larger audience. Remember, there's different demographics on each platform, which in turn, you're going to reach a stronger brand recognition, top of mind marketing. Now, you guys know, especially my seasoned agents in here, top of mind to your referrals, top of mind to your sphere of influence is the most important thing you can do. And this is why it's so important to be in your clients' news feeds, your friends' news feeds, your friends' news feeds with value-based information, right? That is self-branded. And we're going to touch on this here in just a second. So guys, remember, if you have any questions with blogging, we're here to be a resource for you. I hope you're all inspired to get started on blogging, whether you blog, you outsource your blogging, you get other vendors to blog for you. Tom, did you talk about getting vendors? You did with
yeah, reach out to those lenders, your lawyer,
exactly.
Ask them to do it.
You'd be surprised. Agents are shocked when they find out that their lender's like, yeah, I'll definitely do this. So let's see, we got a question here. For blog, should you write your own content or link to others to use content or use content farms? All right, good question. So Robin asked, should we be creating all of our own content? Yes, your own original content absolutely has higher value. It's going to build more search engine opportunity. Now, if you're really short on time, or let's say you find an article that you do like, and you still want to share it with your audience, you could do a summary of that article. Hey, everybody, I found this great article written by John Smith about the booming real estate market for 2022, whatever. Then take that link, post it to your blog, and write your paragraph or two, and then source it. Hey, found this great article written by John Smith, blah, 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 right? So you're driving traffic to your page first. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. But honestly, original content is going to get you the highest return. And it doesn't have to be big. Like Tom said, 2 to 3 paragraphs, honestly, is more than enough. But let's go ahead and talk about Facebook, because Tom, this is the big one. It's been around, gosh, as long as I can remember. And it's still one of the most popular platforms out there.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Facebook still to this day, #1 social media platform. Over 2 billion users. That number is really closer to 3 billion. And believe it or not, most of them are logging in between 6 and 10 times per day for an average time spent of 13 to 20 minutes per session. Now, that might seem like a lot for some of you, but I know Dylan and myself, that's nothing. People spend a lot of time here. In the last few years, they've been reporting record high usage. So everyone's on Facebook. They spend a huge amount of time here. My mom is on Facebook, my aunts, my coworkers, my boss. Dylan, I know your 85-year-old grandmother's on there.
Yeah,
right?
My biggest fan.
Yeah. And so everyone's here, guys. You got to be on Facebook. Now, quick show of hands. How many of you here today have a business page, right? Click that raise your hand button. Typically, that's probably about half of the people in the audience, right? And so, guys, if you don't have a business page, that's your homework for today. You've got to go home and set up a business page. Technically, you're not allowed to do any business directly on a personal. And Facebook's been cracking down. If they catch you, they can suspend your account, put you in Facebook jail. It's a real place. Okay, you don't want to go there. And Dylan, we laugh, but we see it every day. Agents are stuck in there for months at a time. They can't get out. So you got to have that business page. You'll also get lower privacy settings, meaning it's easier for consumers to find you. You get tracking, analytics, and paid opportunities to promote your posts. Now, once you get that set up, you've got to be posting 2 to 3 times per week consistently, but you've got to be posting valuable information. So what do we mean by that? Well, how many of you here today, if I went and looked at your Facebook, the only thing I'm going to see is new listing, open house, price change sold. New listing, open house, price change sold. I love referrals. What's the problem with that? Guys, that only interests me if I'm looking to buy or sell right this minute. Got to be honest with you. Most of the people on your Facebook, they're not looking right this minute. Hopefully they will at some point, but you've got to add value for everyone. How do you do that? You do that by posting value set information. What does that look like? Well, how about those blogs Dylan was talking about? Blogs on financial advice, kitchen updates, do-it-yourself projects, that famous family recipe. Doesn't that add value for everyone? Right? And so the mistake that we see often here, and this is what Dylan just kind of touched on, is that Oftentimes agents will say, I am posting. I'm so good, I pay someone to do it for me. And we look, and they're sharing articles from those third party sources where it's driving traffic away from you. Again, the focus should be on that self-branded content that you write. When I click it, it takes me back to your website, keeps that client with you. And so what should you be posting? Well, first, those blog articles, right? Emphasis on self-branded. We have a great kind of visual example here where this agent has shared an article that she wrote, choosing the right luxury home location. I click it, takes me back to her. Versus in this example with the red X, she shared that article from Country Living, takes the customer away from you. So again, focus on self-branded content. You also want to be doing photo and video. Okay, great for increasing engagement. Doesn't necessarily matter what it is, right? So you're at an open house, great. Take a picture of the backyard, post that. But people want to see that you are more than just an agent. People want to see that you're a person too. And Zig Ziglar said it best. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. Photos and videos create relatability, likability. Maybe you like hiking or biking or boating or sports or taking pictures of your dog. Feel free to showcase all of that directly on your business page. People are going to engage with that and connect. And then you've also got to be doing some Facebook Live, right? Anyone here done Facebook Live? Raise your hand if you have. I know the rest of you, you're sitting there like, no way, not me. That sounds scary. And it can be, but this is so important. It's the number one way for you to increase engagement on your Facebook. You go live, everyone you're connected to gets notified that you're going live. It's interactive. And so we want to give you some actionable ideas to help that you can use to use Facebook Live. So first, at your next open house, maybe an hour or so before, go live. Talk about the property, the community, the school zone, your business. But folks, think about this. I can be sitting at home in my pajamas, drinking my coffee, and be at your open house. I can ask you questions. Turn around, let me see the backyard. It's interactive. And I can't tell you how many homes around the globe have been sold sight unseen through Facebook Live the last few years, even after COVID. It's a blizzard. You've got elderly clients. You have out-of-state clients. Maximize that exposure for your clients' properties, guys. You have to do a Facebook Live. It's such an incredible opportunity and another competitive listing tool that you can use. Another idea would be to use this in conjunction with those blogs you wrote. Do a quick Facebook Live at that local business you featured earlier in the week. You'll see some great results when you use multiple forms of media around the same content. Phil, you want to tell them a little bit about listings?
Yeah, look, we're all here to get leads, right? Leads are how we get paid. So here's the reality. When we're working in a low inventory market, how can we really work on getting the highest lead generation? One of the best sources for lead generation is actually posting listings, whether you use your own listings or maybe you do maybe another agent has a listing that you get permission to post their property. Either way, what you need to do is you want to make sure you're posted correctly. Most agents post it incorrectly. So they take a bunch of photos, slap it on their Facebook. They write something like, hey, everybody, check out my new listing, 123 Main Street, call me, right? Well, Tom and I, being your fellow millennials here, will be honest with you, we're not going to call you. Maybe we'll text you, right? That's kind of iffy in itself. So the point is there's no lead capture in that post. You want to have some form of a lead capture as well as full listing sheet, right? I want to be able to learn entirely about that property. And also there needs to be some type of ability for me to search more properties. What if I like the property the neighborhood that you posted, but I'm not crazy about the property? Well, I can't search more properties in that neighborhood. So all these I don't want to have happen to you. So here's what I'm going to suggest you do for all of your listing posts from this point on. I encourage you to do what's called an optimized Facebook post. Optimized Facebook post. What is it? Sounds kind of scary, really fancy, but all it is, it's just a link to a website, blog, or landing page, any of those three, but it needs to have these three characteristics. It needs to have lead capture into some type of CRM. So you can capture the lead and manage that lead. It needs full listing sheet, so I can learn entirely about that property and not have to leave to go to another location. And it needs MLS IDX search. So in other words, I can search the entire MLS from that landing page and again, not have to leave. So a great example here, Tracy, she posted a listing. This is an optimized post. You can see there's a title, a photo, a short description. But if I click it, it takes me back to Tracy's website where there's lead capture, full listing sheet, and IDX search. So let's show them the next slide here, Tom, because I want them to kind of see the difference side by side, right? That one with the red X is how most agents do it. They slap a bunch of photos on their Facebook, short description, and a prayer that they get some business here, right? Whereas the one with that green check is that optimized listing, drives traffic to their website, their gated community, has lead capture, builds their click rate, their SEO, tracking analytics. I mean, so many multiple benefits here, right? So you guys see a minor change in how you just even post can get you higher results overall. In fact, you could even then boost this for additional property promotion to your areas, towns, or neighborhoods. And we'll touch on that here shortly. So Tom, let's talk though, this is great, but you know what? It's not all going to matter if I don't have a following,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
let's talk about that.
Yeah, so guys, so important, that optimized listing post, really powerful tool. But like Dylan said, agents ask us all the time, how do I get people to go and like my business page? Oftentimes the bulk of your following's on your personal page. And so it can be tough to kind of start fresh on that business page. So here's some great tools for you. First, on your business page, you have the invite friends button, and you can invite everyone on your personal page over to like your business page, right? And those are your friends, family, referrals, your sphere, right? So invite them over, but you can only do that one time. So then you also have the share button where now you can share content from your business page over to your personal page. Okay, totally fine. There's no jail opportunities as long as it originates on the business. So just make sure you watch the order of operations. But for example, maybe you write that great article, you got a bunch of likes, share that over to your personal page, right? Add a quick caption, hey everyone, check out this great article. If you like it, go and like my business page. I write one every week. So now you're giving them that value exchange. Share your listings to your personal page. Ask 10 of your friends to share it to their following, getting you in front of hundreds, maybe thousands of people who you're not already connected with, right? So awesome opportunities to grow that following. With your business page, you can create a custom handle, simply the @ symbol with your page name after it. And guys, that's the direct address to your social media profiles. This is becoming more important nowadays than your phone number. We all do this. We connect with businesses on Facebook before we pick up the phone and call them. So make it easy for consumers to find you. Take your custom handle, advertise it everywhere. Good rule of thumb is anywhere you have your contact information, whether it's an email sign off, business card, any print materials, make that something short and sweet, your name, real estate, something like that. Never have your broker's information in there. You want that to be portable. Take that one step further. Use that in an email marketing campaign. I see agents every day who have, 20, 30 Facebook followers, but they've got 500 emails in their database. Send out a mass email. Share that article that you wrote. Encourage people to go and like your page and put that custom handle in there. One agent that we worked with, she blogged about the local sushi restaurant, and she asked them for 10% off coupons. And she emailed everyone and said, hey, if you go and follow me on social media, I'll give you this 10% off coupon to the local restaurant. They got a bunch of business. She got a ton of new followers. And so you can get creative here, but lots of exciting ways to grow that following and start to increase your sphere of influence using these tools that we've talked about here today. Now, all of this is crucial, right, to building that top of mind marketing where you never want to go into your news feed and see that a real estate transaction occurred with someone who and you're connected to, but it didn't include you. You're like, what? What were they thinking? I'm an agent. Guys, it's not that they don't like you. It's that you failed to build that top of mind marketing. And so You want to connect with as many people as you can, all of your neighbors, your friends, your family's friends, and so that they see your posts every week, every month, every year, so that when they think real estate, you're the name that comes to top of mind, right? That's the power of all of this social media. It's one of your most powerful tools as an agent. If you can crack that code, you're going to have some tremendous results. Now, how do we start to expand all of this outside of people who you already know? You do that through ads and boosting. And so, Dylan, you want to talk about these? You want me to?
Yeah, so guys, here's the thing. Ads and boosting, these are a great way for you to kind of add additional lead opportunities. We're here to talk about a low inventory market, and sometimes your referrals only go so far. I am certainly aware that most of your referrals is probably the base of most of your business here. But in a challenging market like this, you have to often supplement your lead generation, supplement your database. And a good option is Facebook ads and boosting. So there's two forms. There's boosting and ads. Both are low cost and can be good for lead generation when done correctly. Challenge is most agents do it incorrectly. So if you're new to it here, guys, actually go ahead and type in the chat box. I'm curious to hear from you. Type if you've done ads, type in ads. If you've done boosting, type in boosting. If you've done both, type in both. If you've done none, that's okay. Type in none. We want to see what we have for an audience here. But I can tell you, it looks like we got both, none, both. Okay, none. All right. So most of you are brand new to it. So if you're new to it, here's what I'm going to suggest you do from this point on. I encourage you to do what's called to do boosting. This is the easiest one to do because you create a post to your page. A big blue button appears and says, do you want to boost it? You hit that boost button and you can select an audience to now see that post, regardless if they know who you are or not. So some great things to boost: your optimized listing posts we talked about, those blog posts or links to your website are great to boost. Now, eventually you want to graduate to ads. Ads is much more effective. There's a lot more objectives, lead capture styles, lead capture forms right in Facebook. You can do AP splitting, Facebook pixels. I mean, there's just a lot more. Now with this class here today, we don't go too deep into this, although we do have a Facebook training marketing class. Hopefully we will be able to work with you guys and present that to you and give you some in-depth training on this. But I want to give you a resource. If you want to start learning on how to do some ads and boosting today, check out facebook.com/business. Okay, /business. That is a great resource. They just redid and updated all their training websites and videos. It's a great opportunity for you to learn how to get started in boosting and ads. Okay, but also watch, hopefully we'll be having a training here soon about Facebook training. So again, guys, any questions with Facebook, type it into that chat box, but let's keep on moving because we've got a whole lot more to cover here, guys.
Yeah, folks, we're about halfway through, and we just want to remind all of you here today, our goal is to educate you guys, get you excited. When we're in person, we have a lot more face-to-face interaction. We realize that's not possible here today. So if you're feeling confused, a little overwhelmed, that's not clicking, just type help me. And you can meet with myself, Dylan, one of our great colleagues here, for us to take an individual personalized look at exactly what it is you're doing, give you some tips and tricks. It's a free session. Agents have been loving them. We've gotten some great feedback, great opportunity for us to kind of work with you individually and make sure that everything we talked about is making sense, it's clicking for you, and you're leaving here, excited and ready to tackle, social media and everything that we talk about here today. So if you're feeling like you need some assistance, just type help me, and we love to work with you guys one-on-one. We enjoy that interaction.
Awesome. I'm going to now talk about one of my personal favorites. I call this one the Silent Powerhouse, guys. How many of you have a LinkedIn profile? Go ahead and hit the raise hand button. Okay. Here's the thing. I call it the Silent Powerhouse because most agents have a LinkedIn, but not a ton are fully maximizing it. And let me tell you, in this type of a market, you've got to start networking through other business professionals, right? Business professionals are on LinkedIn, and business professionals buy and sell homes. Think about that, right? So it's a great way to network within your community, within your town and city with other business professionals. And I'll tell you what, it's oftentimes the first thing to come up if I Google an agent's name. And oftentimes agents, are referred, hey, you got to use this agent. Well, when that lead goes and Googles them, they find their LinkedIn. Oftentimes it doesn't make a great impression. So you want to make sure if this is the first thing I find, I get a good impression. So one of the first things would be you want to be active on your LinkedIn. Okay, your LinkedIn, you want to be posting those informational blogs, those market reports, those transactional activities. Those are all considered a business activity and is appropriate for your business log. Now you want to be posting here about 2 to 3 times per week to see sufficient growth and engagement. But I'll tell you what, the other complaint I get about LinkedIn from agents is, Dylan, I'm on LinkedIn, but my problem with it is all I get is other agents that want to connect with me. Why in the world would I want to go connect with other agents? Well, I'm going to be the bad guy here and tell you absolutely should. Guys, LinkedIn is great for connecting with other agents for a couple of reasons. First, you're only going to give more exposure to your properties if you're connected with other agents, right? So if you're posting your open houses and new listings, that's going to provide more exposure, get your property sold quicker and faster. But it also sounds great to a seller. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm going to take your listing, put you on my LinkedIn, and I'm going to go ahead and share it to 1,500 agents in this area. Sounds great. But also, what about referrals? You got to get smart in a low inventory market. So let me give you an example. I just told you guys that I moved from Boston to New York. So let's say, and this happens all the time, let's say there's an agent up in Boston and they have a client looking to move to New York, let's say. And obviously they don't want to make the 4-hour drive or more with traffic to go show the home to an agent, to their lead. So what they say is, hey, I'm connected with this agent in New York. I see them posting all the time on LinkedIn. I'm going to refer them business, get a referral fee. This happens all the time. The only way you're going to make that a possibility is if you make those connections, you're active and consistent. Okay, it's really, really important, guys. LinkedIn is the #1 agent-to-agent referral platform online. Start utilizing it. Get active, connect with local business professionals, and I promise you, you'll grow your business.
Awesome. So guys, I see a couple of you, a number of you actually in the chat who have typed in help me's. We just need your email and phone number information as well so we can get you scheduled for that. So make sure you reply to Samantha, give her that information. I know some of our spots are filling up there. So guys, if you are interested in that, just type in help me. Great one-on-one session. We're excited to meet with you. Now, let's talk a little bit about Twitter. So folks, Twitter is so important. This is your biggest concentration of millennials, right? And who are the millennials to you? Well, last year, NAR released a stat that back in 2020, over 50% of mortgage transactions in this country included a millennial. And so this is huge. It's your biggest group of first-time home buyers, and they're also now your biggest group of first-time home sellers. Now, Twitter's an open forum. I can find your tweets directly in a search engine. So you've got to be active, consistent here, posting 2 to 3 times per week. What do you post? Well, those blog articles you're writing, those listings. What better place to put your listing transactions than that biggest group of first-time home buyer? But on Twitter, there's a 280 character count limit. So you've got to make sure you're always posting as that link, that optimized post. We've got an example down there because you're not going to be able to fit that full listing sheet at only 280 characters. Now, big question we get asked here all the time is, do I need separate personal and business pages? So the answer on Twitter is no. Totally fine to combine the two. There's no jail opportunities here. We say that's fine if you're not starting Twitter wars and posting all types of controversial content. No quicker way to lose business, guys. Keep it professional. But if you want to do that, just set up a different account. Now, another big question we get asked is, well, how do I get people to go and follow my page? Well, great question. On Twitter and Instagram, actually, there's an online etiquette called follow for follow. And all that means is that if you follow someone, they're supposed to follow you back. So first, go and connect with your friends, your family, your neighbors, friends and family, everyone that you can. But also go and connect with those local businesses, the hair salon, the barber shop, the local restaurants, the community center, all of those small businesses in your area, right? Again, that hyper local community network, start to make those connections. They're going to follow you back. Now, if you go and follow, say, Kim Kardashian and she doesn't follow you back, well, don't be upset. She didn't follow me either. Again, the goal here is to create that hyper local following, connect with your friends and family, connect with local businesses, start to create that top of mind marketing, increase your SEO value, and ultimately start to drive more traffic and more leads back to your website. So exciting opportunity, guys. Got to be on Twitter. Start that today if you don't have it. Take advantage of this. Lots of opportunity. You're going to see some great results. All right.
Let's talk about YouTube, guys. Why YouTube, guys? YouTube, actually, let me ask you this. I don't want to give it away. Let me ask the class this. Go ahead and type in the chat box who owns YouTube. Go ahead and type in. I want to see if you guys know who owns YouTube. Look, I use YouTube for everything. When I want to learn how to do something, I've been doing a lot of cooking lately. I go to YouTube. I find myself getting stuck on watching those videos. I even pay for YouTube TV now. Cancel my cable bill. Not Facebook. Connie got it. Google. Stephanie got it. You guys got it. Google. Awesome. So guys, second largest search engine, third most visited website on the internet, extremely high SEO and high usage. And it's free. Do you guys think you should be utilizing YouTube? You bet, especially for 2022. Video content creation is key to your success. So what types of videos do we see agents do the most? Obviously, would be listing videos. Now, I will tell you, for Google purposes, it doesn't matter how you create those videos. So if you do a nice video, a slideshow video with pictures, or maybe you just do a simple video with your phone, or maybe you pay a photographer with lights, drones, cameras, action. What matters most to Google and search engines is that you add the title and description. So some key pointers here, guys. In the title of your YouTube video, put the street address. Don't people Google street addresses all the time? You bet. I'm driving down the road. I see a for sale sign. I pull over. I want to learn more about it. I Google the street address, right? So have that local street address right in the title. Educational videos or vlogs. Keep these no more than 2 to 3 minutes here, guys. But think about this. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Let's say you do a blog post about childproofing your home, right? Well, do a video review on it. Hey, everybody, I just did a blog on childproofing your home. Here are the 3 takeaways from the article. The link is in my bio. When you combine your content, you get higher results overall, okay? Now, the other thing I want to talk about is even video testimonials. You know, in a challenging inventory market, we've got to start to really network, not just within our sphere, but outside of our sphere. So a great way to do this is ask your clients, past clients who've done business with you, to do a quick video testimonial of your services. Get them on camera saying, I'm so happy, you're the best agent ever. I found my dream home, yada, yada, yada. Then take that video and upload it to your social media, tag them on it. So now their friends and family, for example, will see on Facebook, they'll hear the excitement in their friend's voice, and almost instantly you become authentic and trustworthy. One of the hardest things to do in your industry, create that trust and authenticity. So guys, whatever kind of video you're creating, upload it to your YouTube, your website, your blog, social media. More places you post that video, the more eyes will see it and the higher SEO ranking it will receive. So guys, 2022, you've got to start investing in video content. So a couple questions. People ask what's involved in setting up a YouTube channel. You just go to youtube.com and you'll see there's a sign up or register. In fact, if you already have a Gmail account, you already have a YouTube channel. You just haven't set it up yet. So, and to be honest with you guys, if you want to learn how to get started on setting up a YouTube channel, a great place to learn, go to YouTube, right? YouTube, you can learn just about anything you want to learn. I'm telling you, it's just wild out there. So hopefully that will give you some guidance there. But let's talk about Instagram, because this is my personal favorite. Guys, Instagram, let's go ahead and show them that one, Tommy. Instagram is a photo and video based platform only. It's owned by Facebook. So a couple of tips here for you guys. If you don't have your Instagram set up as a business account, you absolutely want to switch this to a business account. And it's very easy to do. You just go into your settings on your Instagram, and under your settings, there's a tab to switch to business. This is going to give you more tracking, more analytics, You'll be able to drive traffic to a website. There's a lot more tools available for a business account. Now, what type of content you want to put on there? Of course, you're going to put your listings, but it's a little different on Instagram. Instagram, you can't put a direct link like you do with other platforms. So what we encourage you to do is what we call a call to action banner, right? Something that calls me in or pulls my attention in. And you can always put a link on the homepage of your site or even in your Instagram stories. You can do daily activity photos. What is it like to be you as an agent? Or my personal favorite is stories. Guys, Instagram stories are a photo and video that are uploaded to the story of your Instagram, and it lasts for 24 hours and then it disappears. Now, you might be wondering, why in the world would I invest in something that disappears? Well, I'm going to tell you this, that Instagram stories get the highest engagement. Guys, in fact, 1 in 4 stories on Instagram, on average, 1 in 4, results in a direct message in your messenger. So if we know that to be true, it's a great resource to create engagement with your audience. So I'll give you a good example. Agents are begging me right now, how do I get listings, inventory's low, you name it. Well, I have a lot of my clients doing market report Mondays on their Instagram stories. And they just talk about the market, the demand, how many homes are sold, how many are on the market, the average value of home increase, all this kind of stuff. And at the end of that Instagram story video, they have a poll question. Hey, do you want to know the value of your home in this market? Yes or no? And of course, everyone who identifies yes, they're able to create that conversation from there. And that is how you develop leads, is create conversation, create engagement. Engagement creates conversation. So guys, these are all great tips. Start utilizing Instagram today.
Awesome. Now, guys, let's talk about your website, right? So this is one of the most important pieces that we're going to talk about here today, but oftentimes is overlooked by agents. And so this is the front door to your business. It's your online fingerprint, right? It's so important. And this should be, a client resource. It's a place for you to send friends and family, potential clients, new leads to learn all about you. Right, so it's got to be that resource. Maybe I can get a mortgage estimate, a home valuation. Should be mobile responsive, works on iPads, Androids, you name it. Should be neat and clean. Folks, if you make this too complicated, they're going back to Zillow. Now, the primary reason consumers go to a real estate website is to search for properties. And so you've got to have that MLS IDX search built in. Do you have a private search experience where they can only find you? You never want to send your clients to a national portal where they can get connected to any other agent. Now, oftentimes agents will come to us and say, I'm struggling. And we look at their site, and oftentimes it's a broker provided site. Now, folks, if your broker provides you a site, by all means, take it. But on average, agents tend to switch offices every 4 or 5 years. So, what happens if you're investing all of your time, your energy, maybe even your money into a site that's not yours? What happens in 4, 5, 6 years? You switch offices, it's gone. All of your branding is gone. That SEO you've been building is gone. And so we always encourage agents that in conjunction with whatever your broker provides, that you're also investing in your own site that can go with you wherever you go. It's an investment in you. It will grow with you as you grow. Now, along those same lines, oftentimes, we'll say to agents, what about your broker provided site brands you differently from anyone else in your office? Maybe you have a prettier headshot or a better about me section, but oftentimes the coding's all the same. Part of a national franchise, now it's the same as everyone in the country. And so it's so important to differentiate yourself and have your own independent site. Now, it's also very important for you to have an integrated CRM. Again, great idea to have your own separate protected database from your broker. Not saying they would ever do anything with it, but if you ever switch, it's very nice to have that separate. But it's important to have an integrated CRM to manage, nurture, and help you convert all of those leads that are coming through your website. And many of you today are probably sitting there like, what is this guy talking about? Leads through my website? That doesn't happen. Well, 9 out of 10 sites that we see typically tend to be static, meaning there's nothing changing. If you're not in there constantly updating content, adding new material, well, your site just sits in Google, almost like taking a business card, putting it on a bulletin board, and waiting for it to move itself. And so you've got to create an active and dynamic website if you want to start to generate leads from it. And you do that by connecting to something that's always changing. What's always changing? What have we been talking about all day here today? Blogs, social media, right? So you've got to create that active, dynamic web presence if you want to start to generate business from your site. A good way to tell if you have that static site is whether or not you actually get leads from it. So how do you start to change that? How do you drive traffic there? What does that look like? Well, you start with your portable IDX website. You've got the MLS search. It's neat and clean. It's mobile responsive. But inside of that website, you have an embedded blog. Okay, embedded meaning under the same domain name. Now, anytime there's activity on that blog, Google's going to be forced to re-index not only the blog, but also the entire website, moving you up in the search results, starting to send users your way. And then you accelerate that by taking that great blog content, sharing it out across your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, you're posting to Instagram, YouTube, we ran out of room, all driving traffic back to your website. This is called linking and backlinking, taking one piece of information, sharing it across multiple different touch points, all driving traffic back to you. This is how you create an active, dynamic web presence that will actually start to generate you leads and generate you business, right? This is what it looks like. So some great goals for your digital marketing, to start generating some business.
Yeah. And let me just add, guys, not only does this build your search engine value, this builds your social media value, this builds your top of mind marketing, brand recognition value. I mean, this type of activity and integration is what gets you traffic, and traffic equals leads. So really, really important. But let's go ahead and talk about the final key component, which I would probably say is one of the most important. Because guys, if you are serious about developing leads in a low inventory market, in a challenging market like we're in, there is no doubt you have to make investments into paid traffic. Okay. Now there's two forms of paid traffic. All right. There's going to be search-based marketing and interruption-based marketing. Let's break down the difference. So search-based marketing is search engine ads like Google. So a consumer goes to Google and types in homes for sale in California, condos for sale in California, real estate for sale in Hollywood, whatever it is, right? You're actually paying to show up in that search results page. All right. Now, the benefit here is this consumer is seeking the information. And because they're seeking the information, therefore it has a higher conversion, right? It's a higher intent lead. I'm proactively searching for it. Therefore, statistically, it's a higher converting lead. Now, might be a little higher cost, might be a lower quantity, but a much higher conversion. Now, compare it to the interruption-based marketing, such as social media ads like Facebook. Facebook, I'm going to my newsfeed not to search for real estate. I'm going there looking at what my friends, family, and everyone did this weekend, and up pops an ad. What's your home worth? Well, of course, I want to know what my home's worth, but you know what? I have no desire to sell my home. Why are you even bugging me, right? So here's the thing. Interruption-based ads are much lower conversions. Might be a higher quantity. You're going to get a lot of leads that just go nowhere, right? And might be a lower cost, but not getting that conversion. So what does everybody want? Of course, we want the conversions, right? So here's the thing, guys. What we recommend is for you to put about 90% or more right now into search-based marketing, search engine ads. There's never been a better time to invest in PPC or search engine ads than in this moment right now. Now, if you want to put about 10 to 20% of your budget into other advertising costs, then I encourage some interruption-based marketing, maybe a little into Facebook, maybe a little postcards. I know some agents like to do the mailings and things. So what we recommend is 90%, 80 to 90% search-based, 10 to 20% into interruption-based. So let's talk quick about those PPC ads. We've talked a lot about this social media interruption-based ads. So PPC ads, pay per click, means the consumer actually pays only when they click the link. All right. So it's designed to drive traffic to your website, targeting consumers searching for real estate on a specific area, key term search. So you can pay for hundreds of these opportunities. Now, a great opportunity for you guys to learn a little bit more about how to get started on ads, whether you do it, you outsource it, or you want to learn how to do it. You can visit ads.google.com. Okay, ads.google.com. But I can tell you guys, this is enormous for lead gen. Do we have the next slide for this by chance? I can't remember if we do.
I don't think we do.
Okay, so guys, I just want to mention a couple of things while we're here. Big mistake agents do when they do PPC ads is they drive traffic to their website. And although your website, like Tom said, is a great resource for many different things, branding, awareness, education, all of that, the challenge is it's not as optimized as other options for lead capture. So what you actually want to do with PPC ads is drive them to a landing page, like you can see here. Search all homes in Ann Arbor. So if I typed in homes for sale in Ann Arbor, before it takes me to an agent page, it takes me to a landing page that matches what I typed in. Search all Ann Arbor homes. The photos match the area. Even the domain matches the area. AnnArborHomesNow.com. Now, when I fill out that form, captures the lead, should be put into your CRM system and then sent to your website. So remember, when we're optimizing for lead capture, the best and most proactive source through PPC ads is driving them to a specialized, unbranded, more geo-targeted landing page. Okay. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about search engine ads, again, you can type in help me. We'd be happy to help you discuss it. But I highly encourage you guys to start looking into it for 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. No better way to start targeting, higher intent leads, having targeted conversations and growing that pipeline. Now, guys, how many of you agree here today? Quick question for the group before we let you all go. Click that raise your hand button. If you agree that online social media marketing, everything we've been talking about here today is essential for the real estate business to be able to grow your business and start to identify new leads, right? Raise your hand if you agree. Should be pretty much everyone. How many of you are going to leave here today and you're going to go home and start blogging, Facebooking, tweeting, YouTubing away, right? You always see those hands kind of go down. And so why? What gets in the way, right? We recognize how important this is now more than ever. What is stopping you from being as successful as possible? And we hear from agents every single day. Oftentimes it's time. You're so busy, you don't have the time to be creating blog articles and doing all of this on your own. The efficiency, the knowledge, how do you, maybe Facebook you get, but Instagram, Twitter, it's a foreign language. The optimization, how do you get all of this to integrate, work together, and actually start to generate tangible leads for your business? Well, we've heard your concerns. And like I said, our goal here today was to educate you, get you excited, get you inspired. And I hope that we've done that. I know we've given you an hour packed of great tips and tricks that you can use starting today. But for some agents, maybe you need a little bit more assistance. And so this is going to conclude the educational portion. But how would it feel if we said that we have an all-in-one solution that can take care of everything we talked about here in today's class without you ever having to worry about it ever again? Feel relieved? Excited? Well, stick around, guys. We want to invite you just for 5 more minutes. We're going to share with you our Elevate platform. One solution, one system. It's one password. It's automated for all of your core technology services. Can take care of everything that we talked about here today in this class. So we're going to go over to the internet, show you exactly what this looks like. Okay, and so we start by building your IDX website. Now, you work with a coach to create colors, pictures, logos, layouts, totally mobile responsive. These work on iPads, Androids, laptops, you name it. Different search experiences. We're connected directly to the MLS. Download every 15 minutes, more up to date than most national portals. Now, we build these for agents, for teams, for offices. You can do a nice About Me section right at the top. You've got featured blog posts. We do featured properties. These are yours or your office listings, so it never looks like you don't have listings, okay? Send your clients here. They're only going to be connected with you. You've got great consumer resources, featured towns where you specialize in. You've got the entire MLS at your fingertips. So if you want to showcase new to market listings or new construction, luxury real estate, golf living, homes with pools, you can cater your page to attract the type of consumers you want to work with. Now, if we go to one of your featured towns here, we can see all of those listings as a map view or a photo view. Let's see, like the look of the photo view here. But what's so exciting is that if I want to watch, follow, or favorite any of these listings, takes my information, puts it into a full-blown CRM system integrated right in the back end of this website. You'll get a text or email immediately. You have a new lead. You'll have full visibility of everything that client is doing, and they're going to go into automated follow-up campaigns, receiving listing updates that match their search criteria. You've got CMA Wizard, voice over IP, full-blown CRM. If we click on a listing, you've got all the photos from the MLS, all the comments. We showcase aerial views. We showcase similar properties. Maybe it's not the exact one for me. Community, school, demographic information for every single listing. But so important is how you do lead capture. There's no question here how to get in touch. I can fill out the form. We've got the save search button, favorite button. That's our millennial safe button. Either way, you get a text immediately. You've got a new lead. Now, remember, 9 out of 10 real estate websites tend to be static. Nothing is changing. They never generate any traffic. So how do we fix that? Inside of your website, we build a blog under the same domain name. Anytime there's activity here, Google will re-index your entire website. And you can see this agent, she's been pretty active. She is blogging away. Well, folks, she's actually done none of this. And so we've got a whole team of bloggers. They're blogging all day long, real estate news, tips and tricks, do-it-yourself projects. And once a week, you'll get that real estate news, better home and garden type blog article. You pick the day. And these are branded to you as if you wrote it, like you have a team of ghostwriters. You can edit this, personalize it. You don't like it, delete it, pick another one. Okay. They are regional. For example, agents in Florida don't get articles about snow removal. And we also use an advanced algorithm to make sure no agent ever gets the same content, same time, same place. If you like, you can even write your own, just like a Word document in the back end. Now, in addition to your weekly articles, we are also doing market report updates, just like we showed you here today, pulling those statistics from the MLS and giving you some seller lead capture with a free home valuation button right on your website to capture some seller leads. Now, in addition to all of this, we're also going to follow your MLS ID number. So anytime you have a new to market, a price change, a sold from a buyer's end, we get notified. We're going to blog that for you. You do nothing. And so remember, listings, database driven, avoided by Google. This has tons of real estate keyword content. Get that lead capture into your CRM and a street address in the title. Remember, people Google that all the time. Now, we're not going to stop here. We take all of this great content and we link first to your Facebook business page. Now, you don't have it, we're going to help you build it. You don't have it, we're going to help you build it. You do have it, we're going to go in, give it a quick facelift, make sure everything is working properly, matches your website, and then we keep you active. We're posting for you. Anything that goes to your blog will auto post here as well. So your articles, those great market reports, all of your listing updates. Folks, none of this is from Country Living, from Zillow. If I click on any of this great content, it's taking me right back to your website with lead capture, one click away. All right, we're going to do the same thing for you on LinkedIn, targeting business professionals, different demographic, help you build it, help you brand it. And then we're keeping you active, posting that content automatically to your activity feed. Again, one click, different demographic, back on your website with lead capture. We're not going to stop there. We're also going to do the Twitter, targeting millennials, help you build it, help you brand it. And again, keeping you active, auto posting that great content One click back on your website. We're creating a gated experience where consumers can only find you. We're also going to do the YouTube. So we'll help you get this set up, brand it to match the site. And then anytime you have a new listing, we get notified automatically, go in and create that virtual tour. We take all of the photos from the MLS, stitch those together, add some music. We're putting all of that great keyword content from your listing. We've got hyperlinks back over to your website, huge for SEO. And again, street addresses in the title, great for being found in Google. We take this video, we're going to post it to your blog. Anything that goes to your blog, anything we post, anything you post, will auto post out to your Facebook, your LinkedIn, and your Twitter automatically, always driving traffic back over to your website. And everything is one platform, one solution, guys. Integrated system. Great for your buyers, but think about this for your sellers. You go to that listing appointment and they say to you, what are you going to do differently than my brother who's an agent? You can say all of this. I'm going to advertise your listing on social media, feature it on my website, blog about it on my real estate blog, promote it on Facebook Business, post it on LinkedIn, tweet about it, put it on Instagram, create a custom YouTube virtual tour, and do an entire social media push. What are your sellers going to say? Sign me up every single time, folks. This is what our clients call the moneymaker slide. With this system, all you do is put it in MLS. We do the rest. You've got the integrated CRM in the back end, voice over IP, task management, workflows, document storage, track your gross commission income, automated follow-up campaigns, full-blown robust CRM. We're giving you thousands of email marketing campaigns, fully customizable, ready to go, monthly newsletters, happy birthdays, happy anniversaries, you name it, everything's driving traffic back to your website. And so I know you guys are so excited, right? Seems too good to be true. We've got some exciting specials for you here today. So Dylan, talk to them about what we're offering here today.
Yeah, so the program Tom just talked about is called the DMS. It stands for Digital Marketing System, and it comes with everything we just showcased: the website, the IDX, the hosting, the CRM, the blog, blogging, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, tours, Instagram promoter, you name it. Let's go ahead and show them the price, guys. So the price, normally $300 a month, which honestly is a great price for an active, content-driven website and CRM system. But we want to make sure that RE Tech, we provide you guys all of a discounted rate. So for joining us here today, we're going to discount that to only $210. Guys, only $210 to have a website, blogging, social media, video tours, email marketing, texting campaigns, in one system, one program, one platform. It's an incredible value. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the program and or taking advantage of the RE Tech price point we're offering here today, all you have to do is just type in DMS. By typing in DMS into that chat box, show you're interested in learning more. And then myself or Tom will reach out to you personally and we'll talk to you about it. Hey, is this a good fit for you? What is your goals this year for 2022? If it is a good fit, we will get you up and running in about a week's time. And then it's going to be blogging and tweeting and YouTubing away, guys.
Folks, we also need your phone number and email address, please, when you're typing in the product name.
That's right. That's right. When you guys type in DMS, make sure you add in your phone number and email so we can know who to call. But guys, for $210, you couldn't pay a college kid to do all of this at this price point. Never mind, get a website, social media. So the opportunity here is enormous. But guys, you're here for leads, right? You're here for leads. Let's talk about our online lead gen. So in addition to this, we can do targeted ad campaigns on search engines like Google, creating and targeting guaranteed set of buyers and or sellers. So let's go to that next slide here and showcase to them a little bit of what that looks like. Again, we're doing a 3-step process. We have a proprietary 3-step process geared to optimize capturing your leads. We have buyer campaigns like you can see here. We even have seller campaigns. So let's go to the next slide. This is a three-step process for sellers. I know it's a seller's market right now. You want listings more than anything. We have a soft home valuation program on Google, again, getting those higher intent guaranteed seller leads. So let's go over a little bit about our lead gen guys stats here. Our click to lead opt-in rate is 20%. That's 2 to 3 times the rate of our competitors. 100% of our buyers have emails. 100% of our sellers will have street addresses. But my favorite part about our leads is these leads are exclusive. So gone are the days where you have to share leads with other agents in a zip code and you have to compete for the lead, like you see on Zillow or on realtor.com. This stresses agents out. Our leads are exclusive. Every lead we get from an ad for you goes to you and you only. In fact, we take it a step further. We put that lead into your CRM, your productivity manager, email marketing, texting campaigns, and above all, we also scrub the leads. So Tom, why don't you talk to them about this most exciting opportunity?
Yeah, folks, we are so excited about this. Our agents are so excited about this. This is an absolute game changer when it comes to lead gen. You're going to receive Ava Concierge Lead Scrubbing Service, where a real person will follow up with your leads, reach out to them in less than 60 seconds, 24/7, 365. They're then going to follow up with those leads for up to a year with consistent follow-up using industry best practices. There's a lot of data behind what they do. They're great at getting those leads engaged. And folks, how many times do you speak with a potential client who says, I want to work with you, but I'm 6 months out? So many times agents drop the ball. They forget to follow up. That's not going to happen with Ava. Ava's going to make sure that none of your leads are slipping through the cracks. And so here's what this does for your traditional lead funnel. Typically, you'd have to get 100 leads, call through all 100 to find the gold, right? And so maybe 23 of those would be, interested, engaged. You get half of those to an appointment and half of them that might actually convert. With Ava now, Ava's going to do all of that work for you, and they're going to pass off the leads to you when they're engaged or interested. And so think about this. This allows you to handle a much higher volume of leads, but also make sure that none of your leads are going to slip through the cracks. You're only interacting with those engaged and interested leads who are ready to speak with an agent. Those other 100 leads in the gray here, they're still in your database, getting your email marketing, seeing your posts on Facebook, where this still starts to have that snowball effect down the line. So tremendous value. Let Ava do the work for you, where you can now focus on growing your business effectively and still engaging your current sphere. So a couple of exciting options here. Dylan, you want to tell them all about what we've got for them?
Yeah, guys, we got 3 different options. So first is our DMS Plus. Guys, this is our most popular package. It is our entry level into lead gen. So it's going to include the DMS, everything we talked about, website, blog, social media, all of that. But it also comes with the Google Ads and a guaranteed of 7 to 10 leads per month, guaranteed, and the lead scrubbing of those leads. Now, the cost for this normally is $600 a month, which honestly, 7 to 10 guaranteed leads, ads, lead scrubbing, website, social media, CRM, that's a great price in itself. We're going to discount it for this RE Tech class here for you to only $400 a month. Guys, $400 to get lead scrubbing, 7 to 10 leads, website, social media, enormous value. Just to make how clear this is for you, hire Ava's services. We acquired them, and just the service for them to scrub your leads, if you were to buy it separately, is $300 a month. And we will scrub other leads too. So if you have other sources that are coming in with leads, we'll scrub those leads for you. So price wise today, guys, incredible value. So if you are interested in the DMS Plus, you want to kind of get your feet wet into some, high intent Google ads, type in DMS Plus. Type in your phone number, type in your email. Tom and I will go ahead and reach out to you. Now, if you're ready to rock and roll your market, you're ready to make this year the best year yet for you for real estate, then our elite packages are our full lead gen packages. So we have a buyer and we have a buyer and seller program. So the buyer program is going to get you 20 to 30 leads, 3 to 4 times the amount of the DMS Plus, 20 to 30 guaranteed, plus you have an elite support coach. That is normally $1,500. Again, we're discounting that for you to $950. But since this is our highest renewed program, which makes sense. The more amount of leads you get, the more conversions you're going to get, right? So since it's a highest renew program, we want to actually take an additional discount here for you, your first 2 months, to make the barrier of entry even lower. So month one is going to be 20% off at $760, month two, $760. And after you have 60 leads into that pipeline that we're contacting for you, it will then go to the $950 and stay at that price point. Now, if you're looking for sellers, then our bundle package is for you. Now, unfortunately, we can only sell so many, and I can't even promise that it's available in your area. As you guys know, sellers are worth 100 buyers right now, and it is a seller's market. So to take advantage of this, what we offer is 40 to 60 leads guaranteed per month. Half of those are sellers. So you will consume that seller seat license. So the cost for that is normally $2,500. They're discounting that to $1,400. Again, 20% off your first 2 months. So month one and two, $1,120 each. After you have 120 leads into that pipeline, it will then go to the $1,400 and stay at that price point. Now, if you guys are interested in Elite, type in Elite into that chat box. If you want sellers, type in sellers. We want to make sure we contact you first to make sure you get the first opportunity. Like I said, sellers are first come, first serve. Now, I want to mention a couple of other things. All of our services are a 6-month commitment. Industry standard is a 12-month commitment. We don't need to ask that long. We know that we have a high renewal rate, so we ask just a 6-month commitment. After that 6 months time frame, you can cancel any time. Now, you can upgrade or downgrade as well. But guys, if you are curious about leads, go ahead and type in leads. You don't have to make a decision here today, DMS or Elite. Just type in leads, or even put in undecided. We just want to know which one of you have stayed until the end of the seminar so you guys can get these discounted rates here today. Anything else, Tom?
Yeah, guys, just if you are interested in leads, like Dylan said, they are first come, first serve. I've seen a bunch of you already typing in leads. So if you are interested, make sure you let us know so we can lock you in for that, save that seat license for you. And guys, we just can't wait to meet with you one-on-one. We love that interaction. So excited to share this with you. If you have typed in products, we'll be reaching out to you later on today, this week, to get you scheduled or to get you signed up. So we're just so excited to share this with you. We're thankful for RE Technology for having us here today. And we want to thank all of you for joining us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much. It's been an awesome opportunity. I'll be reaching out to you who asked for a product from a 508 number. Tom, what's your beginning?
401. Guys, I see a lot of people typing in products. If you have not already put your contact information in, make sure we have your phone number, your email, so that we can reach out to you to get in touch. We need that. We do not have that. So make sure you don't leave without submitting that into that chat box.
And why those are coming in, I'll just ask one more time. If there's any questions, now is the time to ask those questions, whether it was about the training, whether it was about the product. Again, we want to be a resource for all of you here today. So make sure you go ahead and type in those questions. No question should be left unanswered. But again, we're so excited to work with you guys. We are an all-in-one system. So many times I work with agents and they've got 20 different vendors. They end up being a vendor manager. All their systems don't talk well together and they're stressed. I mean, I am so excited about this product because now, especially that we follow up with your leads with that concierge service, now it's almost like you do just about nothing. You're just showing homes, which is what you're good at. We'll take care of your online marketing, lead nurturing, lead generation. So really exciting stuff here. Anything else, Tom?
I would say that, to reiterate kind of what you said, you're so right. When they're purchasing these different technologies from all these vendors, oftentimes it becomes so expensive as well. I see agents every day who are paying $1,000 a month just to Zillow for a handful of leads. Never mind social media, website automation, lead scrubbing. So incredible value-based package, and we really are so excited to share it with all of you. We've seen just how successful this can be all across the country with agents in all different markets. So, I know you're just excited as me, Dylan. We can't wait to meet with you guys.
Yeah. So Michelle asked, do you use my website or a whole new one? So Michelle, we will take your domain name, transfer that over, and build you a brand new site that has all the bells and whistles of the lead capture, the blogging, and all those great features there for you. So you'll have a design team that will help set up the web presence, transfer all content, set up your social media, set up your ads, set up the CRM, and give you guys a training for all of this. So there is some awesome opportunity there for you guys. And, you know, a couple other questions we got coming in here. Will I own the site? So yes, you own your domain name. And if you were to leave, you'd walk away with that domain name. You walk away with all your leads, all your social media, all your contacts. The site itself would come down in the CRM. Of course, that is industry standard, whether you do a Real Geek site, a Wix website, a GoDaddy website. Even once you stop paying for that service, the service comes down. I think what's really unique to us, Tom, do you have that circle one?
Yeah.
I think what's really unique to us is it's all in one, right? All those pieces pulling, oh, there it is, pulling under one. So now you don't have to worry about websites or blogging or video tours or social posts or lead gen Google ads or texting or emailing or any of it. We're doing it all under one system. And I'm just so excited for it all. One other thing I'll mention, and then we'll move on, Tom, if you want to add anything else. But guys, with our elite packages, you might be looking like, wow, 20 to 30 leads per month. That's too much. Or 40 to 60, I can't handle that. You're not handling a thing. You're focusing on the hot ones. And remember, on average, with online leads, you tend to see with good follow-up, generally about every 30 leads come in, about half of them are going to engage with you. You're going to get probably about 10 to 5 appointments, and then about 1 to 2 of those will convert right away. Okay, so we're focusing on those convertible ones there for you to hand you, set it up, prospect it, engage with it, send that lead to you. You focus on that hot lead. But what about the other 29 or 28 that haven't closed? Well, we haven't forgotten about them. We're connecting with them on social media. We're connecting with them via text. We're setting them up on emails. So it begins like a snowball effect, right? Where we're not only giving you hot leads, but we're also maintaining your warmer leads. And you'll just see month over month, this just grows and grows.
Yep, that database just consistently grows. And like you said, that snowball effect. We've got a great question in there. Can you download your leads if you leave? All of the data in your CRM is yours. If you were to leave, which we don't see happening very often, but if it did, you would be able to export all of that and take it with you. No issues whatsoever. You switch offices in between while you're with us. That CRM's totally portable. You never have to worry about any of that either. So good questions, guys.
Awesome. All right. Well, any other questions coming in? But Tom, hey, it was a pleasure. Always awesome getting to see and work with you. And again, thank RE Tech for giving us opportunity. You guys are awesome. We always love teaching to your agents. You guys are so motivated and always engaging. So thank you for your time. Hopefully we've encouraged you, motivated you, and let's make this the best year yet for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Great working with you too, Dylan. And shout out to RE Technology. We can't wait to be back here with you guys. And, thanks everyone for joining with us. You'll be hearing from us soon.
Guys, one final thing. If you have asked for a product, just make sure you put your phone number and email, because a lot of you haven't. All right. Thank you. We'll see you soon.